Hey guys, HDV here. Now, as we all know, choosing your starter Pokemon in each region is one of the most difficult tasks you're going to have to accomplish when starting your brand new journey. All three of the little critters are adorable, so picking one to take with you is always difficult. However, some starter Pokemon do outshine their peers, but which ones are they exactly? With that being said, today's video tries answering the question of who is the best starter Pokemon in each region. Of course, this is all my own opinion, and it's completely cool if you disagree with what I say in the video. Don't hesitate to drop a comment down below about the video and if you found it interesting or not. Don't forget to leave a like on this video too to show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out a new video very shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date, and follow my Twitter to hear updates about the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, we of course have Kanto from Generation 1. The best starter Pokemon of the three in my opinion is Charmander. Granted, I do feel a kind of nostalgic attachment to Charmander. The teeny fiery lizard was the starter I chose during my very first ever Pokemon adventure, and that sort of bond is for life. I'm willing up, Mr. Flamey, I really am. We've been through so much together. I love you, man. That aside, Charmander's evolution line has had a pretty checkered history. It didn't see much use in a long time, thanks to Stealth Rock instantly squishing it every time it entered the battlefield. Not to mention its lack of a particularly standout attack stat. With X and Y, however, Charizard became one of the most popular Pokemon in the format. What with its dual Mega forms. Charizard Y is a fearsome Sun attacker, while Charizard X is a potent physical Fire and Dragon type. Pick your poison, they're both amazing. Of course, the other two starter Pokemon, Bulbasaur and Squirtle, are incredible too. Charmander's two Mega evolutions just places it first to the finish line for me. Therefore, I believe Charmander to be the best starter Pokemon from the Kanto region. Coming up next is of course Generation 2, and the home of the Johto region. The best starter Pokemon of the three starters in my opinion is Totodile. Some of us crave attention, they thrive on it, breathe it like the rest of us breathe air. They are the Kardashians of the world. Others don't go for that sort of thing at all. They don't need or want the limelight. They know they're freaking awesome. The quiet and unassuming Totodile line, for instance, with its spangly new sheer force ability in hand, Feraligatr is a great if not top tier sweeper that is often underestimated. Let this bad boy get a couple of Dragon Dancers going, then tell me it's not pretty damn good. The brand new ability of sheer force for this Pokemon really allowed it to step its game up, and so in my opinion is the best starter Pokemon from Generation 2. Therefore, I believe Totodile to be the best starter Pokemon from the Johto region. Coming up next is of course Generation 3, and the home of the Hoenn region. The best starter Pokemon of the three starters for this region in my opinion is Torchic. The competitive community Smogon tends to unofficially call the shots when it comes to the meta. Players serious about Pokemon battling tend to play by their rules and tiers, just so that everyone understands each other and we're all on an even playing field. Down Smogon way, very few starter Pokemon have ever been declared Uber and banished from OU, that is to say standard play. Do you know which was? Blaziken, that's which. From its unassuming and adorable beginnings as Torchic, this thing evolved into a horrifying flame chicken monster from the depths of Hades. Its hidden ability, Speed Boost, allows Blaziken to easily spiral out of control, and it packs more than enough power, and ways to boost it, to start a deadly sweep at a moment's notice. There have been more than enough fire and fighting starters through the years, but this is definitely the most potent of them. Therefore, I believe Torchic to be the best starter Pokemon from the Hoenn region. Coming up next is of course Generation 4, and the home of the Sinnoh region. The best starter Pokemon of the 3 starters for this region in my opinion is Chimchar. Yes, I know that we have another dual typing of fire and fighting for this starter Pokemon, but Infernape is really good at what it does. It may not possess an amazing ability in speed boost like Mega Blaziken does, but getting access to strong stab moves such as Flare Blitz and Close Combat really help it out. This Pokemon can also be run as a mixed attacker, meaning you never know what you're going up against when you see one of these in battle. Infernape also gets access to U-turn, and so if used correctly, can give you some pretty good switch initiative. Throw a Choice Band on this Pokemon and Infernape is really going to do some solid damage. Therefore, I believe Chimchar to be the best starter Pokemon from the Sinnoh region. Coming up next is of course Generation 5, and the home of the Unova region. The best starter Pokemon of the 3 starters for this region in my opinion is Snivy. This majestic snake evolution line didn't have all that much to offer originally. It was happy enough in the lower tiers, busting out Reflect and Light Screen, and it made for a nice husband for Milotic, but that was about the extent of its usefulness. A few generations later, Snivy's line was given its hidden ability, and it had a quick slice of the limelight for itself at last. Contrary means that stat reductions and buffs will have the opposite effect, and is generally quite the niche ability to have. In this case, however, it was a huge boon, making Superior truly relevant for one reason: Contrary Leaf Storm. Who wouldn't want to be able to fire off a hugely powerful attack and boost the user's special attack 2 stages in the process? Superior isn't the greatest sweeper, but it can really crush some souls. Therefore, I believe Snivy to be the best starter Pokemon from the Unova region. Coming up next is of course Generation 6, and the home of the Kalos region. The best starter Pokemon of the 3 starters for this region in my opinion is Froakie. I know, prior to the release of Pokemon X and Y, this little thing was a bit of a joke. We saw the designs of the starters and we mocked. We mocked Froakie like the mocking mocksters of mock that we are. Often, among the trio, there's a runt of the litter. A Pokemon that just doesn't quite garner the same instant support that its fellows do. Froakie was that guy. Still, we've got to eat ourselves some sweet humble pie. Many of us changed our tune when Froakie's final evolution, Greninja, was unleashed. It's quite the badass looking mon, and one of the most beloved shinies ever. It's also a huge powerhouse thanks to its ability Protein, which changes Greninja's typing to that of the move it's using. Stab on everything? Don't mind if I darn well do. Therefore, I believe Froakie to be the best starter Pokemon from the Kalos region. Last but not least, coming up next is of course Generation 7, and the home of the Alola region. The best starter Pokemon of the 3 starters for this region in my opinion is Litten. Now, we all like cats. Of course we do. They're haughty little buggers who answer to nobody, renegade rebels who cannot be tamed and play by their own rules. They have no curfew and they only call their mamas 7 times a day. They're like the main guy in a Clint Eastwood western, only furrier. When Pokemon Sun and Moon starters squads were unveiled, something caused many of us to flock to the Litten camp in droves. Perhaps we've been brainwashed by all the viral videos of cats playing pianos that we're bombarded with today. Whatever it was, I think it's safe to say that Litten was the winner as far as popularity was concerned. A fire and dark starter in Incineroar is a neat little novelty too. Therefore, I believe Litten to be the best starter Pokemon from the Alola region. But with that wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, I would also love to hear your guys' opinions too on this subject, so be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time. And also subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.